I'm now going to cover what is a really great feature on the Saab X Finder, and it's on the satellite side, and it's the ability to be able to calculate the angle in terms of elevation and direction for which you should point a satellite dish to pick up a particular satellite from a certain location. So for example, if you're using a satellite dish to pick up the Astra 2 satellite, we'll say from Dublin or London or Coventry, somewhere like this, how do we go about it? So we're going to angle over as far as angle. I press the OK button, and I see here the first thing is we have a list of satellites and where it's found in the sky. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to arrow down here and find 28 degrees east. Just go a little bit further. I have 28 degrees east, and it's the Astra 2 satellite. So it tells us the longitudinal of this. And then we have to tell the meter where we are. So there's two ways we can do this. We can do it from a longitudinal perspective, where we manually enter it, longitudes and latitudes, or we can pick from a particular list. So I'm going to do it both ways, just to give you an indication here of how it would work. So what I'm going to do here is, I'll come along and I'll say, I'm just outside Paris, which is about 2 degrees east, and it's about 45 degrees of a northing. What I'll do is, I'll come in here and I will type in 5. Now interestingly here, if I will say in Dublin, which is about 6 degrees west, we can see there's an easting given here in terms of the local longitude. If I arrowed over here, it'll let me type it in here as 6 degrees west or things these. So we'll actually come along, and I'll do it from my own location here, which is actually in County Laois in Ireland, and we're at 7 degrees west. So I'll simply come along and I'll type in 007, and I'll simply arrow down then. And I know that our northing here is probably at around 52 degrees. So I'll just simply arrow back over here, I'll come along here and I'll go to 52 degrees. And now I'll arrow down as far as calculate. And it'll tell me that the orientation needs to be 138 degrees. So 138 degrees off of north. And the elevation here is 22 degrees. Okay, so I would know from setting up sky dishes, etc. That'd be very accurate for our particular location. So it's giving the angle here and the orientation angle there as well. So what if we came along and we said, well, we're always working from the one location and we want to set this up. Well, if you're in a very large location like London or Paris, it'll be preset on the thing here. So as you can expect, the local longitude, because the meridian runs through London, is effectively 0 degrees east, and the latitude is about 51 degrees. Now, if I come along and I said, well, look, I'm based in Dublin, and I want to come along and add it on for my location, what you could do is you can actually just go hit the red functionality here, and it'll ask you for the name. So you just come in here and press the OK button, and I'll just type in Dub. So we'll just go D, and then just arrow down as far as, and we'll just come back up here. Okay, and I'll just arrow back over and arrow down as far as OK. So we have the name sorted. We want to enter the longitude here. So once again, it's a west, and what I want to do is go for 6.2 degrees. So I've pulled this directly off Google. 6.2, and then in terms of the latitude here, Dublin is at 53.3 degrees. So 53, and it can actually let you go to a few decimal places here. And what I'll do here then is I'll just arrow down and I'll save this. And now I've saved Dublin into the list. And if I can come along here, the angle will be slightly different probably here if I go and do this, and I just press OK. And you can see here it's 139 degrees and 21 degrees here. So you can see the very subtle differences on it. But this is just so super. You've come along, you're out doing an installation. It's a satellite you've never heard of. You look it up on the list, and all you need to do is come along here. And then what you can do is you can align up the dish, and instead of having to go inside, tune in the box, all the rest of it, you're directly into that satellite. You do a scan for a particular transponder, and all of a sudden you've got ideal setup on it. So really, really life-saving feature, I would say, on this. A lot of other meters don't have this, and in terms of just the easy user face to use it, find it absolutely fantastic.